All right. Hello, everyone. It is Friday, and we're ready to do a flow class today. I tend to do very serious, very detailed classes, and sometimes you just want to be in your body and you want to flow with your body and your breath, and you want to play with the poses and not be so serious and think where we're putting the energy and where it's moving. Yes, some concepts remain, but let's have fun. It's Friday. Let's enjoy our bodies and let's play with the body. We might not be able to do everything, but try your limits. Be careful with your body and don't push your body. Just very gently with breath, move into the body. So let's start sitting down today for some cleansing breath. Kapalabhati breath. I wanted to do something else. We're going to mute everybody. If you guys need to talk, you press the space bar. Mute all. All right. I need to leave that on. All right, so let's find a comfortable seated position. And let's start by closing our eyes. So I like to sit on a blanket. I sit right at the tip of it, so it holds my spine up. And any comfortable position will do. Hands facing down on your knees, so it's more grounding. Let's relax the shoulders. And start by letting the weight of the body release on the earth. Begin to tune into your own breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. If you'd like, starting to engage your Ujjayi sound, that hissing sound at the back of the throat. Feeling the sit bones and the tailbone grounded and the back of your legs grounded. And notice how the spine lengthens on the inhale, the crown of the head reaches up to the sky. On an exhale, the belly draws to the back body. We relax the shoulders, we relax the weight of the body, but we keep the spine tall. Breathing, allowing the spine to lengthen. Breathing out, belly to the back body, relaxing. And just bring to mind anything that you would like to empty yourself of, purify in your body, in your awareness, your mind, your thoughts. Clear out of your space. So we'll start with Kapalabhati breath. It's a forceful exhalation. The inhale happens naturally. And I'll show it first. If you've never done it before, you might want to choose to place a hand or two on your belly. So the movement will be in the belly. So we're going to forcefully exhale, pumping the belly in towards the back body. The inhale will happen naturally. The important thing is that we find a steady rhythm. So you can go faster or slower, just make sure it's steady. So for now, let's follow my rhythm, and I'll show it first. So I'm going to take a deep breath into the belly, and now I'm going to exhale all the way out. I'm going to take a half breath in, and then I'll begin. So I'm squeezing my belly to the back body forcefully to expel the exhale forcefully and seeing that breath move up your spine. So let's do it all together. Take a breath into the belly. Exhale all the breath out. So no Ujjayi restriction for this. Release any restriction at the throat. It's purely the tip of the nose. Breathe halfway in and begin. continue pumping the breath out, moving the belly to the back body. Keep going. Make sure the breath is steady. You can go even slower if you prefer. And you can see how the energy is shooting up your spine, clearing anything obstructing your energetic field, any mental stagnation, any physical tiredness, just very purifying breath. Just about 10 more seconds. Now exhale all the air out. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, palms touch. Take another sip to your collarbones, lift them up. Now hold the breath, chin down, hold. You can close your eyes and just see your awareness. Hold your awareness at your belly or your heart. Hold the breath, shoulders relax down. When it's comfortable for you, exhale and bring the hands down. Hands on your knees, full breath in and out. And we'll do another round. Take a half breath in and begin. Continue, so you're seeing at the beginning, maybe from the tailbone to the navel, you're clearing specifically around that area, moving the energy up. And now from the navel to the throat. And the throat to the crown of the head and beyond, just clearing everything. If you're more seasoned, you might want to try it faster. And now feel all the space around you getting clearer. Your whole energetic field. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, arms up, all the way up, palms to touch. Sip in a little more breath, lift the collarbones up, chin down to the chest to hold. Don't go past your limit of what's comfortable. Release the arms when you need to, and the breath. Exhale, hands down, and let's take 3 breaths. You can keep your eyes closed. Just notice your space now. Maybe re-engage your Ujjayi breath, that hissing sound at the back of the throat, by restricting the throat a little bit. Let's open our eyes and turn onto hands and knees. If you have a blanket, you can place it under your knees for protection, or you can fold the mat a little bit to make it a little thicker. Hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. So as you inhale, stretch the chin forward and take your sit bones up to the sky. This is cat pose, cow pose. And this is cat. As we turn the back up towards the sky, push the floor away, chin to the chest. And inhale into cow. Sit bones up, arching your back, let the belly drop, stretch the chin forward. Exhale, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, chin to the chest. And 3 more. Inhale at your own pace. Follow your own breath. So even if we might be moving a little more today, we're moving mindfully, with awareness, deep focus on the breath. Let's do a couple more. It feels good. You can open your eyes as you move, but stay inward. Good, and exhale, last one. Let's push the floor away and hold it there. Just breathing into your back muscles, into your spine. Tuck the tailbone under and forward even more. Moving the forehead towards the tailbone. Breathing in between the shoulder blades. And now the opposite. Taking your sit bones up towards the sky, let the belly drop, chin forward. And let the shoulder blades come together on the back, the heart opening and breathing into the heart. And come back to center, and here if you'd like, just circles with your head. Just soften your neck. And let's lift the knees off of the ground into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend your knees, both of them. Take your sit bones up to the sky and bring the heart closer to your thighs. Spread your fingers like big stars. The middle finger is pointing straight forward, and every single finger is pressing down into the earth. Draw the shoulders down into the body. The shoulder blades move down your back. And now keep the heart opening towards your thighs and the armpits really open and lifted. And begin to press your knees back as far as it's comfortable for you. Good, and that might cause some people to now begin to round your back. So bend your knees again, open the heart towards the thighs again, and then straighten your legs again. So try that again if you need to. If your legs are fully straight, lift your kneecaps up and engage your quadriceps. Spread your toes, looking towards your belly. And now find an outer rotation of your arms, your upper arms a little bit, so that you give your neck a little space around the shoulders. And then let the shoulder blades move down your back. And a little last detail, feel your floating ribs. Lift them in towards the back body. So the middle part of your back begins to move towards the sky. Tiny detail. And let's walk our feet forward towards our hands. Place your feet hips width apart. And just let the upper body hang over your legs. Bend your knees if you need to. And here, let's do some circles with our wrists. Just circle your fingers and your hands so we're massaging our wrists a little bit. And now bring your hands to your thighs and push your femur bones back as you bring your upper body parallel to the earth. Roll the shoulders away from the earth. Draw the belly in towards the back body as you exhale to fold again, sliding your hands down your thighs. And inhale halfway up, slide your hands back up, push the femur bones back, roll the shoulders away from the earth. Exhale, fold, squeeze into the back body. Last one, let's go all the way up. Halfway up. Exhale, slide and fold. Bring your arms out to the sides, press down through the feet. Lengthen through the front body to come all the way up. Tailbone down, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, arms up. And let's do that a couple times. Exhale, swan dive down, all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the sides. Inhale, come all the way up. Maybe a tiny back bend, staying long in the lower back. Exhale, hands by your side. Last one, arms up, inhale. Tiny back bend, exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Halfway up, inhaling. Exhale, fold. So beginning to link our breath with the movement. The breath initiates and then the movement follows. Exhale, hands by your side. Feel the earth under your feet. Bring your feet together so the toes and the heels, if possible, touch. Spread your toes. So Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bring your arms overhead with an inhale. Interlace your fingers and the pointer finger releases. As you exhale, move your hips towards the left, but let your arms drop to the right. Now press that left foot in towards the earth a little more. And now rotate the left shoulder back So the front of the body is lengthening. The sternum is moving away from the belly button. The upper shoulder is rolling back. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. If this is too much for you, you can bring the right arm down by your thigh. And we gradually move in deeper as we exhale, and it feels right. Big breath. Let's take it to center with an inhale, all the way up. Shoulders melt down as you exhale, hips to the right, let the arms drop to the left. Rotating the upper shoulder back, lengthening the front of the body. Find your breath here. Press the right foot down and maybe go a little deeper. Breathing into that right rib cage. Inhale all the way back up to center. And now keep the arms there. Look up at the sky. With your next inhale, begin to move back into a standing back bend. Now really ground the heels and the tailbone in towards the earth. Move your hips forward. Lengthen out of your lower back. Lift your ribs up into the sky and move your shoulders back towards the ears. Lengthen back. Maybe the chin lifts to look up at the sky. And now draw the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and fold over the legs. Take your knuckles up towards the sky. Now move the shoulders away from the earth and lengthen from the sternum, from your heart, down towards your toes. Always modify when you need to, so you can bend the knees if you need to. Shake your head, yes and no. Let's release the arms down to touch the earth for the classical sun salutation. Left leg will step back, left knee to the earth. And inhale, arms up into this low lunge. Exhale, hands down. Let's come into plank position. And we'll hold it there. We'll breathe all together. Take a breath. Exhale, crouching tiger. Knees, chest, and chin come to the earth. Elbows hug your body. Slide forward into a baby cobra. And exhale, draw the belly in towards the back body as you move back to downward facing dog. Let's take the left leg all the way forward now and the right knee to the earth. Inhale, arms up and look up. And exhale, hands down to the earth and step your back foot forward, feet together or apart, it's up to you. And inhale all the way up, lengthen through the front body. Exhale, hands by your side. Second side, arms up, inhale. Maybe back bend if it feels right to you. Exhale, swan dive down. Right leg back, right knee to the earth. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the earth, step back to plank. Inhale here together. Knees, chest, and chin to the earth, exhaling. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's keep moving. Right leg forward, left knee to the ground. Inhale. Moving with your breath, exhale. Step your back foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your sides and into prayer. Palms together, forehead towards your fingertips. Close your eyes and just take a moment to tune into yourself. So what's your intention for practice today? So we'll open our eyes and we're going to move into sun salutation A and B. Moving, synchronized breath and movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up this time. Exhale, step back to plank and Chaturanga Dandasana. So we bend the elbows. You can use the knees on the ground if you want to. And inhale into an up dog. If this is too much for your spine, you can keep the hips on the earth. If not, bend the elbows. Draw the shoulders back. So we bend the elbows so that we're not closing the chest. We want to really open the front of the body. Collarbones are spreading. And now draw the belly in towards the back body. When you're ready to exhale, move into down dog. And here we pause. 3 to 5 breaths. So your feet are hips width apart. Outer edges of your feet are parallel. Bend the knees a little to take those sit bones up into the sky and then straighten your legs. Good. Press your fingers into the earth. Open the heart and breathe into your belly. Feel the earth under your feet, under your hands. Your breath awakening you. And now, take a breath. As you exhale, bend the knees and look forward. With no breath, step forward to the front of your mat, feet together or apart. And inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, press down through the feet to come up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down by your side. One more time, arms up, inhale. Exhale. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, plank position. All the way down. Weight forward to the toes, down to the earth. You choose what's right for you, up dog or cobra. Bending the elbows, opening the front of the body. Draw the belly to the back body and down dog. 3 to 5 breaths. Find your ideal posture for you. Then hold about 2 breaths without moving. So we adjust, and then we hold it so we're still in the pose. And this might be a good time to introduce Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha is a root lock. So let's bring the knees to the earth and I'll show you guys. And you can look at me. So Mula Bandha, we have 3 locks that we use in yoga. Today we'll talk a little bit about Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha, we use it, we engage it. It's like when you do Kegels or when you're peeing and you stop the flow of your pee, that muscle. So you squeeze the muscle, and then in yoga we also lift it up. So it's a squeeze and a lift. That is the root lock, and we use it to move the energy up. We also use it, it supports us throughout in the poses. So we can try jumping forward instead of stepping forward after down dog. So we're gonna inhale, I'll show it first. We bend the knees, I'll exhale all the way around. And then I engage Mula Bandha, the root lock, and I sprint up. So I'm sprinting, I'm not landing like this. I'm really using the core muscles and Mula Bandha, the support inside, to lift my hips up and land very softly. So let's practice that. So let's take a breath in down dog, bend the knees as you exhale. Try that if you can, that squeeze in your genitals. And then jump up. Land very gently. Let's try it again. And you can also try engaging the core and lifting the hips up. So without jumping, you can also, this is like bunny hops, staying in place, engaging that Mula Bandha on the exhale, and bunny hops. So you think of those hips moving up towards the sky, and the core holding it there. All right, let's do the step or the jump. Exhale all the way out, engage Mula Bandha. I know if you've just heard of this, you might not even feel it today, don't worry. Inhale halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands by your side. Let's see if we can feel Mula Bandha here. So even standing, take a breath to the tailbone. As you exhale, squeeze the cable muscle and lift it up. So the belly even draws in a little bit. Breathe in, squeeze and lift. And there's a different support, right? All right, let's move to Sun Salutation B. Feet together, take an inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees into chair, touch the earth with your fingertips maybe, and then take your arms up, but keep the knees bent, look up. Exhale to fold over the legs. Inhale halfway up. And if you're a seasoned yogi, you might want to try the jump. Inhale up dog. But don't hurt yourself if you've never tried these things before. Exhale, down dog. We'll hold it here for a breath, but keep your feet together. Now let's take the left leg up behind us into the sky. Flex your foot. Your standing leg is strong. Your kneecap is lifting, quad engaged. As you exhale, float the left knee towards the hands, and then the right heel comes to the earth on an angle. Warrior one, inhaling. Let's hold it here for a breath or two. As you exhale, reach the hands back down, step back to plank. Take a breath here. Let's move the weight forward to the toes to come down, and you can use the knees on the earth if you need to, and inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll hold it for a breath, feet together. Right leg up into the sky. Standing leg is strong, your right foot is flexed, you're extending away from the body from the right heel, and your hips are square. Exhale and float the knee forward to the hands. Left heel on the earth. Come all the way up, warrior one. Your hips are square to the front. The right knee is right over the ankle, but not in front. And the back leg is strong, moving back away from the earth. Touch the earth as you exhale and into plank. Let's take a breath together. Move the weight forward to the toes. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, and inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Chin to the chest. 5 breaths, 3 to 5 breaths. This is where we check in with our breath. Floating ribs drawing in towards the back body. Tailbone lengthening up to the sky. Armpits moving away from the earth. Shoulder blades drawing, shoulders drawing away from the ears. So take a breath and exhale, bend the knees, look forward. And you can choose to step or jump. If you jump, try to use Mula Bandha and lift your hips up and land softly. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees for chair. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, stay, maybe go deeper. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands by your side. Let's take a breath here, standing. Engage Mula Bandha on your exhale. Do not worry if you don't feel it. If it's the first time you're hearing about it, do not worry. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the earth, bend the knees, chair. Inhale, arms up, keep the knees bent. Swan dive down as you exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank and exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's hold it for a breath, feet together. Left leg up into the sky, flex your foot. Exhale, float it forward all the way to the hands, right heel to the earth in a diagonal, and inhale, right arms up. And exhale, float the arms back down, step back to plank. Take a breath. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So this part is what we call the vinyasa, that you can always skip. You can go straight back to down dog, even to child's pose if you want to take a rest. Downward facing dog, feet together, let's take a breath. Right leg up into the sky, flex the foot, breathing in. Exhale, float it forward to the hands, left heel to the earth, and inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch the earth and step back to plank, or you can skip it and go straight to down dog if this is too much. Down chaturanga, inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, guys, this was it. Chin towards the chest. Find your breath and downward facing dog. Looking back at your navel. Good, take a breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump to the hands with no breath. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees for chair with Utkatasana, arms up. Breathing in, exhale to stay. And inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands by your side. Take a moment to pause. If you want to practice your Mula Bandha, it's also very internalizing. You're breathing in, you're engaging at the root, lifting it up. And mostly when we're doing these movement practices, that we want to stay rooted inside. And this is also great practice because we want to, when we go out into the world and there's so much movement, it's really nice to stay rooted inside. All right, so let's open now really big for Warrior Two, the right leg back. So the hips are going to be open for Warrior Two. Let's measure the legs so the knee is over the ankle as we bend it. And now, inner rotation of the back leg. So outer rotation would be the femur bone kind of looking outward. Inner rotation is the femur bone looking in. And that's going to ask our shoulders and our belly to do this rotation here. And this is a nice twist that we're getting in the belly. So let's bring the arms parallel to the earth. Bend the left knee into Warrior Two. Now make sure your knee is over the ankle. Good, or even behind. And now let's turn the palms up so we get super soft. And look over the left hand. So breathing in and out of the heart. So when we think of a masculine warrior, we think of like a probably very hard warrior, very tough. So what about a heart-centered warrior? Soft around the edges, but really strong. The right leg is lifting away from the earth. The breath is flowing, really aware. Good, let's take the right arm on the right leg, but the palm is still looking up. And take your left palm and lift it up to the sky. Begin to melt towards the back leg into a reversed warrior. And then bend deeper into the left knee and extend back even more. And now breathe into your heart. Feel your legs like a warrior, strong, but we don't harden, we stay soft in the heart. We stay connected, listening within. A feminine warrior. And now exhale to extend forward into an extended warrior. Left elbow to the left knee. And if you want to reach down to the earth, that's also good. So right arm up can go straight up, or take it all the way forward, but with a palm facing down to the earth and the pinky finger even more. Now tuck the tailbone under and draw the right shoulder back, really opening the front of the body. And just keep the arm on the knee if that's too much. And now lift the right knee. The tendency is that the right leg will just move down to the earth, but lift that hip and the right leg away from the earth. And if you've been practicing for a while, you might want to bind where the right arm comes behind you, left arm under, and we grab the wrist of the right hand with the left hand. This is because we're playing, we're having fun today with our bodies. Breathing. And let's come back to warrior two with an open heart. Find your breath. And extend your left leg. Release the arms, soften the shoulders, and bring your legs in. Good, so let's soften the neck a little bit now. The hips, shake them out a little. Let the shoulders be soft so you can shake them up and down. And let the chin come to the chest. Take circles to one side with your jaw soft. So your mouth is open. So I'm thinking of feminine because Mother's Day is coming. I'll be leading a Mother's Day meditation on Sunday, 8:45 a.m. LA time. And to the other side. So I'm thinking of all the qualities of women. The softness that we have, the intuition, the connection into the heart. And then to one side and the other, you can turn your head right and left, right and left. And I can talk about women all day long, so we'll do that on Sunday. Let's open our legs again. Right foot turns to point the front. Hands to your waist, and let's measure our stance first. Bend at the right knee. And look at the knee. Great. And let's extend the right leg. Open your arms. Let's turn the palms up and bend into the right knee. Good. Now let's even exaggerate the heart even more by bending the elbows and take your elbows back. Look over the right hand. And now feel the shoulders and the collarbones opening and spreading. And breathing in and out of the heart. It feels like our energy is usually here and we're leading through here and we're thinking. What if we bring it all to the heart? And we're feeling and we're hearing from the heart and we're deciding from the heart. And when our heart and our mind is connected, it's called a coherence, and we make better choices. Every time you need to make a big choice in life or a tiny choice, even of what to eat, breathe into your heart, connect, and make the choice from there. And now bring your left arm behind you and slide it into that reverse warrior. When you feel ready, begin to bend into the right knee even deeper and go back more. So soft, heart-centered people, heart-centered warriors. And then take it all the way forward into an extended warrior. Left arm overhead or straight up, it's up to you. So if you have the left arm straight up, the pinky is down a little more, and then turn that left shoulder back. So really use the elbow to help you create that expansion back and tailbone into the body. And you feel the pose beginning at your left heel and reaching forward through the fingertips. You can try binding if you'd like, left arm behind you and grabbing the left wrist with your right hand. Look up at the sky or straight forward or down, but keep the neck long so the chin stays in. Breath is long. Let's move into warrior two again with the arms open. And straighten the right leg and bring them together. Relax the shoulders. Take your right ear to your right shoulder and left and right and left. And to the side, circles, gentle as you take the head back with the spinal cord. And to the other side. Let's turn the feet to the front of the mat again. This time 3.5 feet apart, or 3. So for balance, we might not want to have the heels in line. You might want to have the right heel out to the side a little bit. If you're just starting, it's going to help you with balance. So Parsvottanasana, the intense stretch of the chest. You can grab your opposite elbows, tailbone down, or you can bring the palms together on the back. And then the edges of your hands press into the back, and then the elbows draw back. So you can choose your arms. Take a breath, look up at the sky. Strong legs, micro bend at the right left knee, and fold forward, chin to the chest. So see if you can square your hips. So the right hip descends, left hip moves back. The shoulders are moving away from the earth. Breathing. And now, just for fun, let's move into a standing split. So let's release the arms, shake them out if you need to. Bring your hands to the earth and make a little pyramid with your hands so the fingertips are on the earth. Bend to the left knee, and now step onto the left leg and balance on the left leg. Keep your hips square, so don't let the right hip open to the side. Lift from the right toes up into the sky. Lift them up, lift them up. Now engage your standing leg powerfully, so the kneecap is lifting, quad engaged if your knee is straight. Good, now let's inhale and bend both knees a little bit. And exhale, straighten. You're pressing your feet away from each other and letting the upper body fold over your thigh, and bend the knees a little on an inhale. And exhale to straighten both, and asymmetrically pushing your feet away from each other. One more, let's bend the knees on an inhale. On an exhale, press your feet away from each other. Here, if you want to try balancing, look down, so find a spot that's not moving in front of your left toes. Grab your left ankle with your left hand. This might be enough for you. Feel the lift of the toes up into the sky from the right foot. And now if you want to, press down through the left foot and heel, and grab hold of your ankle with your right hand. Dig your spine into the front of the body, closer to the thigh if your leg is straight. And then let's release. Bend the left knee, place your right foot down onto the earth. And let's bring the hands to the waist and come all the way up to stand. And turn to the side. And now let's shake our hips a little bit. Like right and left. And now hands on your thighs, and just do circles with your hips. Or you can keep your hands on your waist, might be easier. Circles, really softening everything there. Good. Into the sides, whatever feels good. Front and back. And in circles again. It's Mother's Day. We can do this. All right. And let's turn to the front, to the back foot. So to the back of your mat, facing the right foot. Your hips are square to the front. Choose your arms. You're either grabbing your elbows or the palms are together on the back. And now draw the elbows back wherever you are. Look up at the sky, tailbone grounds, legs engaged. On the exhale, fold forward, chin to the chest. We are the birthers of humanity. The human race on earth is birthed by women. It is no simple job. It is a privilege, it is an honor to be a woman. Our softness is a plus, is beautiful, is what the world needs. All right, let's bend the right knee a little to bring the hands to the earth. And now step onto the right leg for your standing split. Have fun with your body. There's nowhere to go. It's just to explore your body wherever you are right now, and that's beautiful. Let's bend both knees on an inhale. On an exhale, press both feet away from each other and let your left hip stay square. The tendency is that it'll want to open up. That's fun too. Bend both knees, and now press your feet away from each other. And one more time, bend both knees, asymmetrically pushing your feet away from each other. Really fire up that standing leg and grab hold of your right ankle. Look down, find a spot that's not moving in front of your toes to balance. If you'd like, press down through the right foot, lift up through the left toes, and maybe balance. Both hands holding onto the ankle, the heart getting closer to the standing leg, and then gently hands to the earth. Touch the earth with your back foot, hands to the waist. Inhale to come all the way up. And turn and relax. All right, let's shake the head in circles. And let's come to the front of our mats. We're gonna do a really fun one called Ustrasana, camel pose, a really nice back bend. So feet hips width apart, inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, step back to down dog and bring the knees to the earth. Now for this one, you're gonna really wanna either use a blanket or fold your mat like this to have a nice support for your knees. So, imagine we're gonna come standing on our knees. Imagine there's a wall in front of you and your hips are always kissing that wall. They're never moving back. So let's bring the palms flat on your lower back and the fingers pointing down. Now draw the shoulders together. Look what happens to my heart when the shoulders draw together. Just puffs out like a pigeon. So puff out your heart, but tuck the tailbone under and remember that wall. Now keep the chin into the chest and begin to take your shoulders back. But tuck the toes under for now and move the shoulders over the heels. And now lift the middle part of your back up away from the earth. And now if you want, you can stay here and this is beautiful. Or reach down to grab your ankles or your heels. And then if this feels good, tops of the feet on the earth. And now release the head back. And you're making a little pillow with your shoulders for your neck. And breathe and lift the ribs away from the earth. Your hips moving forward. Your belly button reaching up to the sky. Don't forget to breathe. To come out, we come out the same way. Hands to the waist. The last thing to come up is the head. Lift up. The head comes up. And let's come to hands and knees. And we're just going to really soften it out. So like a serpent in your spine, moving your hips right and left. And even move your neck. Good. And see how we begin the movement in the hips, but then the serpent kind of continues onto the neck and the upper back. So it's a whole spiral that's going on. Softening hips right and left. Good. And let's come to child's pose for a couple breaths, but we're going to do it again. So toes touch, knees move away from each other, and forehead to the earth. You can place your arms however you'd like. Just to soften the breath a little and just to check in and to do things right. When we get too rushed or we're out of breath and we start to make mistakes and hurt our bodies. So breathe deeply. And choose how far you want to go. Whatever feels right to you. Let's come up, standing on our knees again for Ustrasana. So the knees are under the hips and their hips width apart. Find your imaginary wall. Bring the hands onto the lower back and press the hips forward and draw the elbows close to each other. Tuck your toes under, chin to the chest, and begin to move your shoulders over the heels. Now lift away from the earth with your upper body. So we're not crunching in the lower back, but there's a lift happening. Reach down if it feels right. Maybe tops of the feet. And then let the head go. And breathe, find your breath. Enjoy this breath, this opening. And walk your hands onto the lower back. Last thing to come up is the head. Coming up gently. And again into our hands and knees, into that serpent. And this is for you. So whatever you need. And let's do maybe a creative cat-cow movement like we started, that arching and rounding in the back, but the creative that I call creative cat-cow is where you just take it wherever your body wants to go. Whatever you need. Add the head, add the neck, add the jaw. Add the stress in the mind. Soften it all. All right. Now let's do a child's pose again. Toes touch, knees are open, forehead to the earth. And choose your arms. Use your elbows to push your sit bones towards your heels. And breathe into your lower back. Find your Ujjayi breath. Now let's bring the knees together. And we're gonna walk the hands towards the left, but keep your hands shoulders width apart. So we don't bring the hands together, keep them shoulders width apart. Let the right sit bone drop towards the right and walk your hands away from the body. So you're stretching into the right side of the waist, the right hip, off of the right hip. So you're gonna walk your right fingertips away from the body even more. Let the right sit bone sink towards the right, creating that anchor. Chin towards the chest. Back of the neck is long and you're breathing beautifully. You're so connected to your breath. You're so connected to your body. You're listening. The body has so much wisdom and it speaks all the time. We tend to only listen when we're injured or in pain or sick. The body talks all the time. Now walk yourself back to center and let the hips drop to the left. And walk your hands away from the body, shoulders width, and especially your left hand away from the body. Now anchor that left sit bone towards the earth. Let it drop. It is in line with your spine, so the chin is drawn in a little. Breathing into your left lung. Great, and let's come back to center, and now we'll thread the needle into a little twist here. So hands are under the shoulders, you're on hands and knees. And let's thread the needle. Right arm comes under the left arm. Now place the right shoulder on the earth and the right cheek on the earth. And the left palm stays on the ground just like it is. Begin to press the left palm into the earth and twist back so you begin to even gaze up to the sky perhaps. Breathing, feel the stretch from the right shoulder as well if you've grounded that shoulder correctly. You might feel the weight on the right knee a little more. Let's come back to center and do the other side. Breathing in as you move up. And to the other side. Thread the needle, exhaling left cheek to the earth. And press the right palm into the earth to help you twist. And stretch the left shoulder a little and left shoulder blade. So your weight is moving towards your left knee more. And you're using your right hand really to push you back. Notice if you're tensing in your jaw at all, or your mouth in any way. And bring yourself back to center. Let's sit on our heels. This is going to be fun. This next one is called Bakasana. It's crow pose. So we use our core and our arms to balance. So we'll play with our bodies. Don't worry if you can't balance today. So we're going to come on our toes, on our feet on the ground, and the hands flat on the ground under the shoulders. Now lift your knees up. So we're bringing the knees and hooking them under the armpit. And then move the weight forward towards the arms. So you're coming onto the tippy toes of your toes, on the tippy toes, coming all the way forward. So here, as you move forward, you already feel the core, the abdominal muscles engaging. All you have to do is just lift one foot up, and then maybe the other foot up. And now, hug, if you want to try both, hug your heels towards your butt as you lift up, so you feel the core really firing up and engaging away from the earth. Squeeze the heels, toes together, squeeze it all up. Look down, straight down at the earth to balance, and then down. All right. So, circle your hands. Take a breath. And now just for fun, we'll try. I haven't done it in years because I've been practicing so methodically, we've been doing para yoga inspired, very tantric. I haven't been playing like this with my body, but side crow. So let's take the knees to the right, keep the knees together, and take your hands out to the side. This is a really cool twist. It used to crack my whole back. So we'll move the weight onto the right elbow, but the left elbow will stay free. And the same thing, now we hug the knees and towards the butt, lift them up, the heels towards the butt. And then if you want, left leg goes forward, right leg back, and look down, straight down onto the earth, and step it back down. Woo. In, circle your arms. Let's go to the other side. So hands to the right. Stop here. And this time, the knees will be on your left elbow, but the right elbow will be free. Plant your hands like big stars on the earth and balance to the right. Hug the heels to your butt. Look straight down and maybe right leg forward, left leg back. Breathe and step it back down. All right. And let's bring the butt towards the earth for a nice forward bend. But let's stay seated for a moment to catch our breath. Let's take the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you. So you'll make that pyramid hand with your right hand again. Place the hand right by your spine. The tendency is that People just take the back bag and do it like this. So keep your spine upright and the hand really close to your butt. Open the right shoulder back. Nice deep breaths. To the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Open the left shoulder back. Great. Come back to center. Let's stretch our quad a little bit before our forward bend. Right leg forward and left knee back. So try to get on the front of the left knee. And you can grab your left foot with your left hand. So if you get on the front of the knee, it won't hurt you. If you're a little sensitive in your knee, just get forward on the front of the knee. Or get some padding as well. If you'd like, both hands. And as you exhale, you press the foot closer to your butt. And then you can lift out of your hips with the upper body. Find your breath. And gently let's release and switch sides. So left foot forward, right knee back. On the front of your right knee. And grabbing the foot with your right hand. And draw it closer to your butt. So we move into the body with an exhale. As you exhale, you might want to try it a little deeper. Maybe both arms. And maybe you begin to lengthen the upper body away from the earth. Shoulders melting into the body. Awesome. And slowly bring it back down. Great. So I'll give you guys a choice. For our forward bend, either legs open and the knees are drawing back, or legs together. Paschimottanasana. So wherever you are, pull the flesh out from under your sit bones. If your legs or hamstrings are tight, bend the knees or place a blanket under the knees. Arms by the ears, inhaling. Engage your legs, toes move back towards your face, and exhale, lengthen. So don't think of going down, so we'll automatically begin to round the back. Think of lengthening out of the body. Lengthen, lengthen. Reach to the toes, shins, or ankles, or even below the knees, wherever you reach. Shoulders into the body. So no more shoulds, no more musts. You know, we love ourselves as we are. This is where we're at. The softer we become with ourselves, the better time we'll have on earth and everyone around us. Being soft is really a beautiful thing. You can close your eyes and just really enjoy moving inward a little bit after a very lots of movement. Chin drawing towards the chest so the back of the neck is long, shoulders drawing into the body. This is a very humble pose that we're vowing. We're vowing to our hearts. What would it mean to live deeper from the heart, a little closer to the heart? And just walk yourself back up. Good. And let's bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. And so the outer edges of your feet, we press them into each other in the heels. And we open our feet like books. You don't need to be this close. You can be like this, whatever is right for you. And now lengthen out of your waist, breathing in. And then begin to fold over the legs, moving forward. When you begin to round your back, come back up and hold it wherever your back is straight. And if not, you can walk yourself all the way down, pressing your heels into each other. And let the head rest on the earth maybe, or not. And just find your breath there. We tend to hold a lot of emotion in our hips as well. Around the belly, so soften it all. Let's begin to breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. So you're counting in your mind. And we'll come up to sit and we'll do a pranayama that we did the other day, where we'll hold the breath a little bit. So come sitting up. We're going to start by inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4, hands on your knees. And then as we move, as we do 3 of those, then we'll begin to hold the breath for the count of 4 after inhale. So what that does is that it begins to anchor us even more inside of ourselves. The hold is not that large, so we're not activating ourselves, because when we hold the breath for long periods of time, we're activating. Now the purpose of this is just to become a little more internal before our Shavasana. So when we hold the breath, we hold the awareness inside. And let's begin. Exhale all the air out and inhale to the count of 4, drawing the breath down your spine into the tailbone. Exhale 4, draw the belly back. Breath moves up your spine out through the nose. 2 more. Exhale 4. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Now inhale 4, we'll hold 4. Hold. Exhale 4. Inhale 4. Hold awareness inside of you in the heart or the belly. Exhale 4. Inhale 4. Hold. Exhale 4. Good. Now inhale and exhale for 4. Great. And when you're ready, find a comfortable position for Shavasana, your corpse pose. Final resting pose, resting on your back. Went a little longer today, as I know we weren't in a rush. Just let yourself rest to anything you need to prepare for Shavasana. And when you find your pose, shoulder blades closer together on your back, shoulders rooted into the body, palms facing up and away from the body. Heels a little wider than your hips and the toes resting outwardly. Let the whole body go. And just listen to your body. Stay close to your body. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Where is there tension in your body? Is it a pattern that you have formed in your life where you're used to holding tension in that specific place? Are you ready to shift out of that pattern? Are you ready to stay aware throughout the day to notice how you accumulate your stress in that part of your body? Are you ready to learn to move stress through the body in a different way? With your sweet exhales, release all the stress out of your body. Offer your stress out to the wind. Empty your mind of stress, of worries, fear, and need to control. Feel a little more free in your spirit. I don't know why I'm feeling in whomever's here right now or people that might be listening to this later, I'm feeling that there is a lot of tension in the neck and the throat. Is there anything that goes unsaid? Is there a truth that we are not speaking out? Is there a disconnection from our most innate truth? What wants to be said? How do we want to show up in the world? Are we ready to unclothe ourselves fully? Allow the breath to breathe you, so you are not the breather. You are just here having an experience, and you're being breathed into by divinity giving you life. You can relax. I brought a little thing I wanted to share from the Book of Awakening from May 4th, because every day it's a different teaching. Filling in the day. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. This is from the Mad Hatter, Alice in Wonderland. I wake clear and rested, light flooding my room. The day seems endless and free. But making coffee, I notice 3 bills I haven't paid. And after showering, I notice I need a haircut. And since I'll be out that way, I think I might as well pick up my shirts. But I so want to spend time in the sun. So I think, well, after these errands, I'll go to the park. And then I deliberate which park will be just right and decide on one 40 minutes away. Finally, wanting to make sure there's some fun in all of this, I call a friend and plan to meet her at a movie at 6. Now I have to hurry along to make sure I can get everything everywhere on time. But thankfully, while gassing up, I hear a small bird and lift my head just as a cloud opens and the light floods my mind. And I drop all my plans like change on the ground. I laugh at myself. I can so easily become a slave to a schedule I create. Not one of these things is necessary today. I drop everything and follow the bird. Let's begin to take some deep breaths into the body again. Taking your time to feel the breath, to hear the birds. And wiggle your fingers and your toes, feeling the movement in the body and the blood flowing through your fingers and toes. You can look over the right and left shoulder. And take your arms overhead with a big breath in, stretching from toes to fingertips. And then give yourself a big hug, squeezing your knees in towards your chest. Hugging yourself like no one ever has before. Allowing yourself to be fully enclosed and vulnerable. And let the knees drop to the right, making a pillow with your hands under your cheek. And remember, are we ready to move away from patterns we have created? To be more aware throughout the day, to move through the stress in a different way. Let's come up to a seated position. When you're ready, you can stretch the left leg out and press both hands on the earth to lift yourself up. Come to a seated position to close. Palms flat on your knees. Shoulders relaxed. Feel the shoulders heavy, the elbows heavy. the ears floating over the shoulders into the crown of the head. And feel how your head is sitting over your heart. Your head is listening to the heart. And notice how your heart is sitting on top of your belly, your core, your fire. And you feel rooted in yourself and grounded into the earth. So let's bring the palms in front of our heart. Again, Anjali Mudra, bowing our head towards the hands. And as we're able to soften more, the innate light of our souls shines through everything we do and we say, and the way we look into reality, into our lives. The life force, the light within me salutes the life force and the light within you. Namaste. We bow down to this life force. All the way up. All right, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm going to turn the speaker on in case anyone wants to say anything. See, let's stop the recording with goodbye. Thank you, everyone here.